The wealth gap is always a challenge. Now it's becoming an increasing challenge globally. In the early 80s, the earliest reforms were actually agricultural reforms. However, by the late 80s, the government shifted the focus. So the entire development process from the late 80s throughout the 90s and onwards was on urban areas. What did the farmers do? They came to the factories in the coastal cities, which boomed and grew, and in turn the farmers became workers. And soon the women were joining the men and also part of the workforce. The villages became empty. So the village had not only an economic gap, but also this huge age gap. This created a lot of social distortions. So the government looked at the situation. We've got to start to rebalance it. We need to re-empower and reinvest into our rural areas. Government began now, under the current policies, with ecological civilization and Belt and Road, to reinvest into the interior of China. That means going into villages and making those villages new urban areas that are called ecological cities. And consequently, you see now the need to develop new industries, ecological industries. You have to create new jobs, new opportunities. That involves not just waiting for the market to respond. This is where the sort of combination of state planning with market together is being used to try and create enhanced lives, better living conditions, and to be able to develop also a fresh economic model. There is no conflict between economy and culture, heritage, and environment if it is managed properly or if it is used in the correct way with the right intention. And so I was very much inspired by Jimmy Jensen. He was a monk who decided not to spend his time in the monastery, but rather investing in cheese factories across the Qinghai Plateau. And some of these factories were 5,000 meters above sea level. They were really, really isolated. But he was giving the nomads income by buying their yak milk and processing it into luxury cheese that he would export and use the money to invest in a school and to have schools for nomad kids, so nomad kids could be close to their parents, wouldn't have to go to the cities, could still learn their culture, their heritage, and also get a good education through online learning. This is the kind of innovation that was very inspiring to me. So it's very important to develop this concept of socially responsible investments. Business should be business. Business should be profitable, but it has to be focused on caring for the environment, for culture, for heritage, because ultimately it cares for people, because people are what's behind business. And business should be for people.